We are not going to be talking about eating disorder recovery on this channel anymore. Well, not exclusively, but hold on. I promise I am not abandoning you. I would never do that. This is going to be a good thing, I promise you, especially for those of you who really want to get fully recovered. For those of you who are sick and tired of hearing over and over from, I don't know exactly where on the eating disorder recovery communities out there, but I hear this all the time. For those of you who are sick and tired of hearing that if you just keep eating the food and you just keep letting your body rest, that somehow magically recovery is just going to happen for you, everything's going to solve itself. And meanwhile, you're here 2 years later, 3 years later, 4 years later, or more, and it's not working, and you're not getting the results that you signed up for recovery to get. Well, I am here to put a stop to that and actually get you the results that you're looking for. So even though I'm saying that we're not going to exclusively be an eating disorder recovery channel per se anymore, today I'm going to tell you why we're going to be making the changes that you're going to be seeing on this channel, why it's actually going to be a good thing, and why I'm actually really, really excited about it. So before we begin, I think that the reason that this is actually going to be a good thing can be summed up in a quote that I heard the other day on one of my absolute all-time most favorite YouTube channels, The Gem Goddess. And I don't know if this was her quote specifically, but I did hear it on her channel and I want to read it to you guys. So the quote is, "We are unconsciously drawn to the things that validate our current self-image. But once you change your self-image, the things you are drawn to will change." Now, why is this important to you? What does this have to do with changing things up on this channel? Well, something that is true in general, but also something that I've been noticing within the eating disorder recovery community is this. When you watch videos frequently, right, whatever kind of content you're taking in the most frequently, you begin to identify with. And what is often happening within the eating disorder recovery community is that, and by the way, there are tons of amazing eating disorder recovery coaches and people putting out fantastic content to help people. So that's not what I'm saying here. However, what can happen is people will start to, with good intentions, watch eating disorder recovery videos all the time. And they're going from recovery coach to recovery coach to recovery coach, and oftentimes hearing different perspectives, and sometimes they're contradicting each other, which starts to get really confusing. And then, like I said, 2 years goes by, 3 years goes by, 4 years goes by, and you are still in recovery. Why? Well, part of the reason is because you are identifying with being in recovery so much of the time. It has become so much of your self-image, your self-concept, and partly because that's the content you're spending a lot of your time taking in. You're thinking about recovery, you're thinking about yourself in terms of being somebody who's in recovery. And that's not the point, right? The whole point is, I don't know why this hair keeps getting stuck in my armpit, so my bad. The whole point is to develop a life outside of food, outside of exercise and all these extremes, right? Outside of recovery. And that is what I want to help you do. Do you guys remember a few videos back when I made a video called Eating Disorder Recovery is Not About the Food? And if you have not watched that video, it's going to be in your best interest to go ahead and watch that. And in that video, I explained to you guys that the reason you developed an eating disorder in the first place is because of your self-concept and how you felt about yourself, partly because of how you were being treated and how you were being taught to treat yourself. But it was ultimately because of your negative self-concept that you had developed because of the different traumas and negative experiences that you had way before the eating disorder. And so that is why so much of the time when people get so far into their recoveries and they're not getting fully recovered and they're not, releasing the weight and healing their bodies and so on, the reason they're not getting the results that they signed up for recovery to get is because they're not healing the root of what caused the eating disorder to begin with, what caused you to be the kind of person who hated yourself and hated your body and was willing to do things to hurt yourself like you were to begin with. And so, as I'm sure you've already noticed on this channel anyhow, I talk about how to do that kind of work, but we're going to take it even further beyond that so that you can ultimately become the happiest, healthiest, most confident version of you at your core, so that you can have not only the freedom that you want, but you can actually start living the life that you've always wanted to be living, that the eating disorder and recovery have really been holding you back from. And those of you who have heard my success story, or you've seen the pictures of me on Instagram or in occasional videos here about releasing overshoots, or the clients of mine that you've seen have success stories here, right here on YouTube, all of us have gotten where we've gotten because of doing this other kind of work that we're going to be talking so much more about on this channel. We're going to make the focus of that on this channel so that you get unstuck, so that you don't spend another year saying, oh, I'm still in recovery, I'm in quasi-recovery. And the other reason that we're making these changes is because while I was on the road trip coming here to Idaho, I told you guys about that in my last video, not the success story with Casey, which, by the way, if you guys haven't seen that, go watch that. She did the work. She talks a lot about how she did this kind of work. But anyhow, the video where I talked about being on the road trip, that road trip caused me to do a lot of self-reflection, which I'm really excited about. But what I realized was I don't want to make content solely about eating disorder recovery anymore for two reasons. One, yes, of course, I am now 6+ years fully recovered. It's not really my life anymore. But the second reason, even more importantly, is because just focusing on eating disorder recovery, like we've already said through this video, is not actually going to get you what you want. It's not actually going to fully help you the way that I know I can and the way that I know you actually want. So why would I do you the disservice of continuing to make videos that are only about eating disorder recovery just because that's what I've been doing for the past 6+ years? And probably a third reason it just sort of came to me is, I don't know what I was watching recently that really made this sort of click for me. But whoever it was talking about YouTube content creators and how to really be successful at what it is that you're doing with your YouTube career. And one of the things that this person said was, what kind of videos would you want to watch? Right? And when you as a content creator are making videos that you yourself would want to watch, then that makes you more excited, more inspired, more motivated to actually make those videos. And that translates to your audience. And that's what I want for you guys. And to be totally honest with you, if I had to only continue making videos on eating disorder recovery, you would start to notice that I really don't enjoy doing it anymore. And then I'm not really helping you guys, which is ultimately what I am here to do. Right? So here's what we are going to be talking about now. We're still going to sometimes do videos about diet freedom and body freedom and, all the things that come from the toxicity that is diet culture. And I'm still going to be making videos for those of you who want to learn how to lean out and release weight off your body without having to do any dieting or extremes, as well as videos for those of you who that's really not of interest to you, but you do want to learn how to feel really amazing about your body the way it is while also not dieting. But we are also, like I said, going to take this a step further because your success with your recovery is about healing and growing as a whole person, not just getting fully eating disorder recovered. So we're going to talk a lot about self-development and personal growth, how to heal from past trauma, because that's such an important factor, right? As the root cause of eating disorders, how to heal your depleted nervous system. A lot of you guys coming from disordered eating and restrictive dieting backgrounds have damaged nervous systems. I don't love the word damaged because I almost feel like that implies that it can't be healed, which it absolutely can, but we're going to be talking about that. And one of my most favorite, well, two of my most favorite topics ever, how to build confidence. I want you guys to become the healthiest, happiest, most badassy feeling kind of women people. For those of you who, I know we have not just women sometimes on this channel, but mostly women, right? How to feel like your most confident self at any stage, at any size, right? So that when you feel confident, like we talked about that quote earlier, when you change your self-concept and you learn how to become a confident person, not only are the things that you're going to be drawn to going to completely change, but also the kind of people you're going to interact with are going to completely change. Your relationships are going to change. You're going to attract new opportunities and experiences because your subconscious mind, deep within your subconscious mind, called your reticular activating system to be exact, is going to start seeking out those new, better, healthier experiences. The experiences and the people and the things right now that your subconscious is seeking out is equal to whatever your current subconscious program is, whatever your current self-concept is what I meant to say is. And so that's why things don't change. We will, of course, be talking lots about manifestation and brain rewiring because you guys know not only how big a fan I am of the concepts of manifestation, how much I've truly used them with everything that I have changed in my whole life, from my health to my weight to things with my business, through relationships, through everything since I've learned about the concept. Really, the truth is you're manifesting whether you realize it or not. It's just for a lot of my life, I didn't know. And once I did, you become a powerful manifester. Okay. So it's really going to apply to everything that we're talking about on this channel. I'll explain it to you both from the spiritual perspective as well as the science, because we really do have so much more scientific evidence these days of how whatever you're programming into your subconscious mind really does start to affect not only your body, but the things that are happening in your life as a whole, because everything is energy, right? And so when we learn how to control that energy and harness that energy, maybe control isn't the best word, but learn how to get in vibration, right? Vibrational alignment is a much better way of putting it, with the things that we want to change, with the things that we want, we can do that. And so I'm going to show you how to incorporate that with all the rest of the self-development and transformation that we discuss. So we're going to be talking a lot on this channel about how to change your self-concept, how to tune into your intuition, how to break free from victim narrative, and basically how to create and become a person that you really feel good about at your core, so that your whole life becomes a life that you feel good about. So I hope you can tell that I'm extremely excited about this new change. I feel really motivated and really inspired to start making these videos. I feel like we haven't seen this version of me in a long time. And it's nice to bring her back, because it's not like I'm like this all the time for sure, but I really do enjoy when I get to be passionate and excited and inspired and get to share that with you guys, because I know that that's when I'm actually going to be helping you. Okay. So I'm still going to be offering coaching. I've got some new coaching services coming your way. So I'll be announcing that in the next video. Been working really hard behind the scenes to get this going. But for those of you who still need help with your eating disorder recoveries, I'm still here for you. You can still book coaching for me to help you with those things. But know that I'm going to be teaching you all of this self-concept, self-development, confidence building stuff at the core, as well as healing your root cause traumas, etc. Okay. So, for all of you who have been with me for all these years and been with me as I evolve, not only as a content creator, but as a person, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'm really excited for this next chapter on this channel. I know it's going to benefit you. I know that you are going to learn and grow and heal so much from it. You're going to do so with me. And I can't wait to see you in all the future videos to come. So thank you again so much for being here. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you very soon. And I love you guys so, so much. Bye.